Let us use the different types of material available in the library. We'll learn each modifications later in detailed tutorials. Right now I'm taking a box and a sphere as a primitive to work on. Also, let's use the infinite plane for the ground. In the materials library, on the left hand side, let's look at the first folder called bricks. We have various materials here. Let's take one of them. So I'm clicking and dragging it, selecting the box object and saying apply to selection. I'm going to keep the interactive render on. Instantly we can see that it has got applied on the object and we can see the difference. Because our follow mouse is on, you can see that this area is getting cleaned fast. If I take it off, gradually the noise will get cleaned up. Next one is car paint. Let's use matte Capri Blue on the sphere. So I'm going to select the sphere and apply it. Observe we have less reflective matte material here. We know that the area that is not affected need not be rendered again and again. For example, this white portion. Hence, instead of waiting for the surrounding to be cleared, what we can do is we can opt for region render. This box will allow only this part of the entire output to be rendered. So if I apply a different material, porcelain material to it, you'll see that it is getting applied only in that region. If I happen to increase the size of the region, that much portion is going to get updated and rendered. Let's look at concrete. Let me apply the concrete to the ground plane. If I remove the region render, you'll find that the concrete will fill up the entire area. The next is diagrammatic. As the name suggests, it can be used for annotations. So you have wireframe and so on. I'm going to apply it to the box just to show you. The next one is emissive material. As the name suggests here, this material emits light. Let's apply it to the sphere. You can see that the light is affecting the box and the ground also. It is emitting light from that sphere. Next is fabric. Let's use a carpet onto the ground. So I'll select this infinite plane and apply it. So you can see that a carpet is applied on the ground. Next we have foam. Here we have styrofoam and other objects, plain foam. Let's apply one onto the sphere. Observe the texture on the sphere. Gives a very realistic view there. The next one is glass. Glass is highly reflective and highly refractive. So if I apply it on the sphere, you'll see that it causes the flooring as well as the environment to be refracted off the solid. Next, we have ground folder. Here you have asphalt, grass, gravel, sand. Currently, let's use grass on the ground. Next, have a look at leather. Let's use brown leather on the box. Let me zoom onto the box. Observe the texture and depth of the texture on the object. Next, we go to liquid. If I were to apply the orange juice to the sphere, it will not do justice. So let's create a different object for this example. I'll create a cylinder. I need it smaller, so I'm just going to use 3D scale. Let me align it to the bottom in the front view. Now using shell command, I'm going to create a thickness in the cylinder. And now I'm creating one more cylinder for creating the closed poly surface. So I'll take one more cylinder. Observe, I'm placing the liquid geometry slightly larger than the inside of the container. This helps in correct calculation of light and hence the liquid looks realistic. Let me apply the orange juice to the inside cylinder and glass to the container. This is a better output. Next folder is metal. So let's take maybe copper brushed and let's apply it to the sphere. You'll see that it is matte finish, not highly reflective. For the same material, if I happen to use polished, you'll see that it becomes sharper. The reflections become sharper. This is again the effect of high freshness and high glossiness. Let's look at the next one called paper. Now to use paper, I would personally prefer a very slight thin surface. So instead of using it on a box or something, let's create a very thin surface. And let's apply paper to this surface. Let's go to the next one, which is plastic. Now within plastic, we have a number of colors. Let's take simple grainy gray. Apply it to the sphere and you can see this grainy gray colored plastic. Next, let's go to stone. Let's take stone P150 and apply it to the box. If you see right now, it is pretty big, so I need to change the texture placement so that I can make it smaller in size if I have to. Observe the kind of bump effect that it is creating, the illusion of depth. Next is tiles. You have a number of ready tiles available here. Let's take this blue one and apply it onto the ground. See how realistic the bump effect looks. The next one is in terms of diamonds, emeralds, rubies, turquoise. I'll use a simple gem turquoise right now onto this particular sphere. And look at the rich effect that it gives to the sphere. Next you have wall paint and wallpaper. So I'll take the first one here and let's apply it onto this box. Again, this is pretty big in size as compared to the box, so you have to go into the texture mapping and make it repeat more. Else what we'll do is let's take a simple big surface and apply it to this surface like a wall behind the objects. Apply the wallpaper material to the surface and you can see that it gives a beautiful texture to our wall.